Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Claressa Shields out here looking like a lobster. All the meat in the tail. Yo, she gonna get somebody a heart attack, man, with all that bull-too that she keeps showing. Anyway, man, is it just me? Or is Claressa Shields looking really heavy? And I think she looks, I'm not saying she looks bad. I'm just saying she looks really heavy. But naturally, she got a lot of meat in the tail, so it is what it is. But she's heading into her, heavyweight title defense tomorrow. But maybe the weight gain and the way she's built, maybe that's helped her as far as her get back to being where she would be naturally, as far as her upward move to 175, and maybe that's why she's been getting the knockouts and why she's been knocking opponents down at heavyweight and looking as good as she looked, because she's not killing herself to get down to 154 or somewhere for a moment in time where really physically, she should not be. Maybe this is the optimal weight for her. But what I will tell you is it's made a lot of men happy that she's not draining herself to cut weight, and then she come do the weigh-ins and, these being scantily clad. A whole lot of guys are sitting there with their tongues hanging out their mouth, wrapped around their head, dragging across their scalp with saliva hitting four corners of the room. But for me, and I just look at Shields weighing 174, her opponent Lee Daniels weighing 170, undisputed bout in Detroit. My question is Shields' relationship with Pappoose, is that going to create a bit of a distraction, and is that going to affect her in-ring performance? Now, I'm rooting for her. And I'm not rooting for her because she's with a rapper. That alphabet slaughter. Man, I ain't even want to hear that shit. I'm rooting for her because her story is very interesting, man. She's been through a lot. I know a lot of people don't like her. Even sometimes I can't take care of her mouth. All that, franchise, no cap. Man, I can't listen to that shit. But the bottom line is she's been through a lot. She deserves so much more. But sometimes, man, the attitude and what comes out your mouth, and you out here and you trying to grow your brand and you want to represent someone else's brand, you could be, hurting yourself. And bottom line is, one thing for sure is she has work to do outside the ring and how she conducts herself. But inside the ring, she gets busy. And I just think when she gets in the ring with Lonnie Daniels, I think she's gonna put the bing bings on her. I just think Claressa Shields beats everybody. It's my opinion. But we saw in February when she faced off against Perkins. Shields dominated, man, and she hurt Perkins very bad. Perkins is huge too, man. She big. She like goddamn Nikolai Valuev's sister or something. Big old chick. And Claressa Shields put the bing bings on her. But I just think when you look at her here, we're gonna find out if gaining the muscle is gonna result in more energy and more power. We're also gonna find out if having Pappoose in her life is gonna help her to have more focus and maybe to enter camp happy, enter the ring happy, and put on an even better performance than we've ever seen her put on. And if she's able to do that, well then maybe she has a good thing going. But I just think it's a little soon to say, because when you're gaining weight, I just think when you talk about stamina, maybe it's not as good. And as a result, then you got to wonder about the strength. You know what I'm saying? Stamina goes, strength goes, mental focus goes, and now you have a fighter who's in the ring who we don't normally see being vulnerable now. And all of a sudden the stars line up for their opponent, who isn't the best fighter, but they happen to fight the best on that night because they have the stamina, they have the conditioning, they have the power, and they get the victory. And I tell you what, Shields remains a heavy favorite with the betting odds placing Daniels around plus 95, while Shields is in the negative 2,000 range, so it doesn't even make sense to bet on Shields. But I'm just telling you, although there's a huge gap in skills and status, I have to see if it all comes together for Claressa Shields when she gets in the ring this weekend. I got to see how it comes up. Because if you listen to some of these so-called analysts, they're going to describe this as more of a showcase fight rather than a competitive matchup. But you just never know. You just never know. But I don't think you're going to beat Shields. But again, this is boxing. Anything can happen. But when it comes to speed, power, experience, technique, I mean, just there's not, whether you like Claressa Shields or not, no other fighter out there, female fighter, has better speed, better power, better experience, and better technique than Claressa Shields. There's some other ones that look amazing in there. They can fight, but they're not as complete as Claressa Shields. And I understand Daniels is coming in from New Zealand. She's an underdog. She really hasn't been at the elite level. But I tell you what, them cats, male or female from New Zealand, she's going to fight. She's not going to come and lay down. And this is what can make the fight interesting. Shields may, no kidding, have to knock her out to stop her from trying to advance. I just can't see Daniels rolling over and quitting. I don't see that. Anyway, we're going to find out who has a better game plan. When it comes to Claressa Shields and her coach, she always has, their game plans are spot on. But when you have a brilliant mind and a coach, and they have a brilliant fighter who can understand and put out what it is that you're conveying, and now you got a recipe for success, and that's why I think Claressa Shields is going to be successful, man. She's looking for the stoppage, which I think could be dangerous. She's actually intends to force a stoppage, is what she said, and I just think if she's trying to force something before round 6, that's not good, because you hear fighters say you don't try to force the stoppage, you just let it come to you. If she's out there chasing it, trying to force it, she could get dropped. Last thing, even if she wins, she doesn't need to get dropped, because everyone's going to converge on her and kick her while she's down and make fun of her, and she'll be right there on social media going to war with everybody again, looking crazy. Last thing she needs is for Pappoose to leave. I think she just tattooed his name on a tot. So now her right tot has got Pappoose's name on it. So let's just hope everything works out for her, man. But she's happy. She's back home fighting. Tony Harrison is fighting on the card. He has slurred speech. If y'all haven't watched the video or listened to him talk, he shouldn't be fighting at all. That man got early signs of CTE or some shit. That shit is not good. He does not sound the same. You can hear in his voice. I don't think he was drunk either. You can hear something's wrong. Good luck to him. I like Tony Harrison, man, but I hope he's all right, because he didn't sound good. Anyway, we'll see what happens, man, with Claressa Shields. The GOAT. I'm the GOAT. We're going to see what happens with the GOAT, man. But despite any perceived weight gain issues, I'm just telling you this, man. She is probably going to leverage her natural frame, like she always does, against the opponent. And probably going to show her continued success in the higher weight classes. So it is what it is, man. Anyway, bottom line, I just think it boils down to boxing IQ, skills, which Claressa Shields has. The only thing I got to question is the conditioning. But she's a consummate professional, but whipping ass for a long time. Conditioning shouldn't be a problem. But I'm just looking at that lobster tail. That lobster tail have a whole lot of meat on it. And I just wonder if fighting at the higher weight class, how in fact that's going to affect her. But we know she's not. She got a lot of meat in the tail. She's dragging that wagon and shit. Anyway, let's see what happens. Sure, she's gonna win the fight, but can she stop Daniels? But gotta see if it all comes together. Cause I'm gonna tell y'all, man. I'm telling y'all. I done seen this shit time and time again, man. When you have somebody, male or female, who's doing really, really well at something, and they get involved, with a significant other, sometimes, man, that shit, it may be great for them and their happiness, but not good for their career. But I'm hoping everything works out for the Claressa Shields. I'm just saying, when I'm looking at it, talking about babies, talking about this and pap this and pap that, and Papa take care of me and something and something. I'm like, didn't she just have a fucking fiance? She was laying there in a picture and the fiance had his head on her chest and she was cuddling him like she was the guy and he was the female. Now it's pap, pap, oh pap, my fiance, I'm a pap and pap, pap. I'm like, yo, you should be talking about my upcoming fight, man. So, best of luck to her. I wish her the best of luck. I'm just telling you from my experience, seeing a lot of people come right in front of me, man. And I watched them perform and outstanding. Then they get the right person in life, you can take them up a notch. That's what I'm hoping for Claressa Shields. Pappoose is taking her up a level. But then you get the person in there who it's still good for you, but you don't have the focus anymore because you're so caught up in this person. And that's not a bad thing. You just got to figure out the balance. And I don't even want to talk about getting someone in your life that brings you down because I've seen that, but I don't think that's the case here at all. This looks to be all good for Claressa Shields. I just want to know if the good's going to correlate to her in-ring performance. Anyway, we're going to find out. Plus, you seen they had the people out there brushing her wig and shit. Like Adrian Broner had people brushing his wig. They're brushing her wig. So I guess AB brushes waves, Claressa Shields brushes wigs. That's a whole other thumbnail and video and shit, but I'm going to leave that alone for now. I'm going upstairs to chill. Y'all keep cool, I'm in the breeze. Apologize for the interruption, but hey, if you enjoy the channel, you enjoy the content, why don't you go take time and head over to my homepage, click on the link store so you can purchase some of the latest Hood Champion boxing merch. Got hats, shirts, sweatshirts, coffee mugs, stuff for the kids. Got different designs. So again, I'd appreciate it if you took some time to head over to the store. Again, just click on the store tab on my homepage and go out there and find something you like. Got something for everybody. And again, hold your horses. Let's not take it to the stupid. And y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.